Hey guys, it's Lord here, back in with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the DC Comics digital pain in the balls, whatever you want to call it. No Man's Land Batman, a very surprising release from this particular wave of digital figures from the fine folks over at DC Direct and or McFarlane Toys. Pick your poison, as always, because I went into this thinking, it's a cool looking Batman, but not really expecting much. This is actually, in my opinion, a good replacement for Nightfall Batman, because the color scheme is relatively close to the one that came with Bane in the Tupac from last year, albeit the blues are a little darker, but I think that works in its favor. And he still has like the taller ears. He's very 90s looking. I think you could totally use this as a Nightfall Batman and nobody would be the wiser, but that's just me. That said, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all Batman has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with an extra pair of hands that obviously have the Kung Fu grip. That's why there is a Batarang in this one. Holds his Batarang much better than the Nightwing from this wave. That thing straight up sucks. No matter how hard I try, just wants to fall out over and over and over again. He does have a collectible trading card. The bio on the back. It's freaking Batman. If you don't know who he is, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? He also comes with the digital, whatever the frick code thing. Anyone care about that? No? That's what I thought. So take a closer look at the man, or in this case, a Batman, in question. There's the hockey puck display stand we're seeing with all McFarlane Toys releases. And a cape that is not wired, surprisingly enough. But, despite the fact that that does kind of suck, it does sit okay over his shoulders. A little bit. Yeah, not really. It does kind of sit okay. Especially when you fold it up and have it going back like this. It's not too bad. It actually does sit. Probably because it came that way. But, at any rate, that's how I will have it for now. Unfortunately, gardening season is long gone in my area, so I can't do what Jason over at 5POA Reviews did. A derp, and pick up some gardening wire, or garden wire, and weave it through here, because it's actually not that hard to do. I'd probably have my dad do it, because he can see, whereas I cannot, because I'm legally blind. But all you gotta do is heat up the neck, pop it off. It's glued in right around here, and here on the back. And then you just take the cape off, you wire it, put it back on, glue this on, and you're good to go. So come springtime, when all that stuff is starting to show up, probably grab some for like $1 or $2. But until then, this is fine. It's a little weird that it's not wired, but this is fine. Like, I'm okay with this for now. I do wish it was like regular cloth if you're not going to wire it, but I digress. So, as far as articulation goes, it is, you know, the Nightfall body. So his head will rotate all the way around. Snap his neck, now he's dead. Literally, he's got facets in there. You can look up, like so. You can look down, like so. You can tilt a little bit. Shoulders pop out, back down, rotate all the way around. He's got that beautiful butterfly rotator cap thing. You see a lot of McFarlane stuff. He's got bicep swivel. It's got double elbow, which this top one doesn't want to bend all the way. There we go. Oh, maybe it was the bottom one. Kind of chunky, kind of meh, but it is what it is, unfortunately. He's got a ball hinge wrist. I'll rotate, hinge, and swivel. Now this one feels a lot. No, I guess it's fine. Felt a little funky earlier. I guess that's how it's supposed to go. Whatever. Diaphragm joint, you can rotate. That's all fine and dandy. You can tilt back, you can tilt forward a little, not a ton. It's not particularly loose, so that's kind of nice. His waist is pretty locked in by the belt, so you're gonna have to get a lot of your rotation out of the diaphragm. But I'm sure if you heated this up, you could get this to move, because it does want to lean at least. It's not stuck; it's just not very mobile. So there's that. His hips will kick out, back down, forward and back. Hindered by the diaper, but we're used to that. Thigh cut, pretty good moving in. Double knee, works okay. I recommend you bend this top knee 2 times to straighten him out. It's less chunky that way. Yeah, it's less chunky that way. And he'll be able to stand. Let's adjust the feet a little bit. So, there you go. He does have a ball hinge ankle that will rotate, hinge, back and forth, and pivot, as well as toe joint. It's pretty darn tight on not just that side. I think it's tight on both. No, it's tight on the one side, but it's not terrible on the other. So there you go. A decent Batman. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's all right. That's it. Why don't we swap his one fist out? I don't usually do this, but lately I've been giving these guys their accessories just to show you how it can be done. It's not actually that hard. I'm just sometimes I think so. This, put that down, that. There we go. And there we go. There he is with his butterang. Butterang. He's gonna butter some toast. Butter toast. But there you go. There you go. There is No Man's Land Batman with his batarang. Looking, like I said, a decent stand-in for Nightfall if you missed out on that figure. I would do it, you know. If I didn't have Nightfall Batman, I would just use this. Like, this is fine. I kind of wish I had the platinum that was like all black to go with my JLA wave, but it is what it is. Can't have everything, and not for nothing, we did look for it up here in the upstate New York area, but of course, they didn't have it. Once again, the stores didn't have what I was looking for. Seems to be a pattern, but sticking him up here. I think it is now time that we move right along and take a look at puberty. No, at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old No Man's Land Batman alongside the other members of the Bat family from this particular wave of DC Comics digital, whatever you want to call it, figures. We have the Stephanie Brown Batgirl, aka Spoiler, and the disco and or quote-unquote first appearance Nightwing. First appearance as in this is the first time Dick Grayson donned the Nightwing alias, but of course not the first time Dick Grayson appeared in comics. He was the first boy wonder. Did you know that? If not, you're living under a rock, son. But as I mentioned, No Man's Land Batman holds his Batarang way better than Nightwing here. That stupid, like, half cookie thing he's got going on, that thing sucks. It's too big for the hand. And for whatever reason, we couldn't have just got the swappable disc molded into the hand from the Nightfall Nightwing, which, not for nothing, if you missed out on that figure, you're also living under a rock. So it went on clearance at my Target of all places for $6. So there's like no excuse for that. But at any rate, this figure should have come with that hand that Nightwing came with the disc sculpted into it and just a pair of fists. That would have been more than enough, but no, we didn't get that. And now he doesn't want to hold that thing, and I'm pretty much at the point of throwing it in a bag because he keeps wanting to drop it, and it's annoying me. So we'll see how long that lasts. Stephanie Brown, on the other hand, she can hold her back grapple okay. But getting these two out of the way, so we can bring in our two regulars, the Mythic Legions, Brother Manipulate, right here. And the infamous Living Spawn, who is about neck and neck with Batman if we count his ears. Those ears! Fix that stupid mace of his. But yeah, of course, good old Al Simmons. Taller than everyone. Not towering, just taller. So that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and what else can I say, that your boy Overlord Productions here was pleasantly surprised by a good old No Man's Land Batman. My only gripe being no wire in the cape, and it's made out of that taffeta crap. Would have been nice to have that, but thankfully that's something I can do for next to nothing. Kind of reminds me of the time I used to fix vintage Masters of the Universe figures, but at $28, I don't think I should have to do that. It's a little butt kiss, and also at $28, as much as people don't like them, it would have been nice to get the weird open hands that this guy is known to have. Well, this body is known to have. And how about something a little different, McFarlane Toys? Why don't we get a Bruce Wayne head for this Nightfall body with a pulled back cowl, kind of like what Marvel Legends does with the Wolverines. They give them the pulled back cowl so you can put the unmasked head on them. That would be cool. That would be something different. That would make this figure worth the $28 you're charging for it. And maybe a second Batarang, or, you know, a back grapple for this body. We don't have that either. So, while I don't think the price is great, I don't think the figure is bad, if that makes sense. I think it's fine. If you missed out on Nightfall Batman, I think it's a great substitute for that. It's close enough. I don't think anyone's gonna, you know, question your authority on the matter. And, you know, you put a wire through that cape, it's probably a little bit better than the Nightfall Batman, especially in the torso. He's a little bit broader, a little bit more bulky, and that's what I like in my Dark Knight. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this review, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.